Hey guys, welcome back to the series on ChatGPT plugins. The plugin we are looking today is web request. So as we already know, ChatGPT has a cutoff date of September 2021 and it is not aware of the events that have happened after that. What if you can connect ChatGPT to the internet? We have already looked at an alpha plugin, which is the web GPT, and we have also looked at keymate.ai. The other way of doing it is web request. So let's look at what this plugin can do and let's also execute some prompts. So basically what this plugin can do is fetch content from URL for real-time or up-to-date world information. It can be used to scrape a web page, endpoint, API endpoint, or including HTML, PDF, JSON, XML, CSV, and images. These are all the stuff it can parse. So how we can use it? Let's look at what it can do. So you can scrape the URL. So the main function of this plugin is it takes a couple of parameters. So you can give the URL. So URL is used to scrape or perform a Google search. If eSearch is set to true, then the URL parameter will be treated as a search query for Google. Page is optional. So the page number of the data chunks, not the web pages, to retrieve based on the page size. The default, if not set, is 1. The page size, the maximum number of characters that will be returned with each page, defaults to 1000. eSearch indicates whether the request is a search query. If set to true, the URL parameter will be treated as a search query. By default, it's false. Follow links only relevant when eSearch is true. Indicates whether to return the content of the search results underlying the page or when the results of the metadata. By default, it is false. And some more stuff it accepts are number of results to scrape. Only relevant if search is set to true. The default is tree. Job IDs are generated when we get our initial request for something new and are returned in response to the data, so that you can either parse the data or paginate the response through page or chunks. Refresh cache indicates whether to refresh the cache for the contents at the URL in this request. If set to true, the request to the URL will be made and the cache will be updated. This is useful if you are requesting an endpoint that is friendly and updated. Default is pass. No strip indicates whether to skip the stripping of HTML tags and clutter. Use this flag if you want to preserve the original HTML structure, such as when specifically looking for something in the source code. When no strip is set to false by default, HTML content will be sanitized and certain tags will be removed for security reasons. And here is an example. If you want to pass it, you can basically pass URL, page number, page size, eSearch, follow links, num results, refresh cache, no strip, example. So I'll be demoing you 3 prompts. Hey guys, so we are going to look at the first example prompt here. So let's say you want to get your product to Costco or Home Depot. How would you do that? So let's take this. So the one way of traditionally doing it is you can go to Costco, read through all the procedures, how to submit a new product and what's the expected response time. You can do that, or this plugin can also do that for us. So let's see how this plugin will give us the data we are looking for. So it's using the web request. So it generally takes some time to get the response back. So yeah, so these are the URL. It's actually looking it up. So it's using some blog for Costco guide, and it's also going to Costco vendor inquiries.html and other stuff. So it's also doing more web requests with other links. So let's see what it comes up with. Yeah, so I think once it's done, we'll get a response back and a summary. So this is really useful if you are looking for a time-bound delivery of some requests, or if you are trying to look at some requests in a specific manner, you can do that. So one is contact the appropriate division offer. If you are selling non-food or sundry items, you should contact the corporate office. If you are a prospective vendor of food, sundry items, you should contact the appropriate division office. You can go through this vendor inquiries on the Costco website. Prepare your pitch. After contacting the regional office, if you are interested in the product, you may request a short description of the items you wish to sell and your company. You should be prepared to answer questions about your product. Application review. So your vendor application is reviewed, then forwarded to category buyers, which determines the applicability of your product. If your application is approved by the category buyer, Costco will send a team of auditors to inspect the production facilities. Online selling. So if you are selling online, make sure you have a website to your products and can integrate the current online search with Costco.com. Supplier diversity program, Costco roadshow, ethical standards. So these are some of the stuff which Costco is interested in. And lastly, it is also saying consider tweeting the experience. It helps to continue service based on information. So that's basically what I wanted to demo here. And similarly, let's assume that you want to research Prometheus.com and you are a digital marketing company, right? So you want to pitch your services to them. So Prometheus basically is one of the REIT type company wherein you can rent apartments on a monthly basis in the following cities. So let's see if this can do that. So yeah, it looks like the current prompt is still running. I think we got what we wanted. So let's move on to the next one. Cool. So for the information mentioned here on the Prometheus website, the only executive mentioned is Jackie Safier, who is the CEO of the company. There isn't a list. So here is the CEO, who would be the key decision maker when it comes to marketing strategies. Therefore, she could be the appropriate person. And here is a draft. So you can actually copy paste this into your email and refine it and send it over. So, or if you want to do more research, you can point it to more data sources, so it will look it up. And similarly, let's assume that, so give me a list of vendors who supply food for birthday parties in Bangalore, right? So you can actually do that. So let's see if it's able to find it. So you can actually do that on any of your existing search engines, but you have to then get it into a list and do that. But here I'll show you how you can just convert it into a table and then just copy paste it. So that would make your life a lot easier. Or it could be anything. You could look for a divorce attorney, or you could look for some babysitter in your place, or if you're looking for people for car wash, so you can look for any service and create a list out of it. I know there are many gig services that are actually there, but if you want to do that, okay, can you create a table for the above result with cost of food per person? So let's see if it's able to do that. So can you create a table for the above results with the cost of food per person? So I think one thing we have always seen is whenever you organize parties, you generally would like to ask where you would get the food from. Either you reach out to your friends or you have some places. But if you want to do a quick comparison of the top places and what it might cost for food per person, or hosting the event, or looking for venues, this plugin is something that is magical, which can do the work for you anywhere. So it basically integrate internet and other data sources and can give you what you are looking for. So that's basically what it is. So let's I'll wrap up this video as soon as we get the data here. Cool. So these are the list of sources it looked at. So it looked at Cater Ninja, it looked at Angel Co company, Cater Ninja, and 200 plus caterers or restaurants. So these are the, you can also see which data sources it shows from. And if you're not happy with the data source, if you want it to condense a data source, it can do it. And similarly, you can use this for probably meetup.com. So if you are looking at a 5 top meetups to attend in a week, this can do the work for you. So here it's created the place and the potential cost of food per person. So that's basically what I wanted to do. So it could probably help you to better plan your budget for the events. So I hope this helps. Thank you for joining.